to the responsibility piece, right? I mean, you think about the purpose of all of this, I've always said, should be who the kids become through the process of playing sports. Well, they're watching, whether they're playing, whether they become an official at some point, but it's real easy for them to figure out what we as adults think is important, right? Just by how we're acting. So, you know, if we're making us think about the score or about always getting the call our way, now it's become about that, not so much about what are the other things they're learning through playing the game.
Absolutely. I always look at this as it's the center court classroom or the center ice or the center field classroom.
Sure.
And you just nailed it. So when you start out right, and Doss, I love what you said about great, the umps are here, we can have a game. And then there's this automatic switch that says, well, now that we're here, we can criticize them, which should never be the switch, right? And should never be the thinking. But when you think about that, when they are starting out the right way and the game is going the right way, all it takes is one voice of negativity. And that can build, and then it becomes another and another. And then how often do we see that carry over to the actual players on the court or on the field or on the ice that are now mimicking and mirroring that same negative behavior? They didn't start that way, but they say, hey, it's acceptable for them, so therefore I should be able to do it too. And that's the piece that we really need, that responsibility piece, to be, let the kids play the game. You cheer the good things, not the negativity.
Yeah, we need champions of the cause.
Absolutely.
Right? And every
Absolutely.
town has people that are willing to do this, and every sport has people that are willing to do this because they see the big picture. And that the noise coming out of the stands or out of the dugouts isn't good, isn't positive noise. It doesn't improve the atmosphere at all. But I know there are people in every town and every sport that are willing to take on that role and champion the cause.
The overwhelming majority of the spectators, parents that are attending our events want that.
Yeah.
And they are the champions of the cause. I think one of the things to note, I know right now we're talking about, as we're leading into our grade state basketball championships, and the end of the basketball season, but I think it's very important. It's a big responsibility, like Craig's talking about, but it is a big responsibility for that coach, for example, to take that on, to have the expectations established for the parents, because a lot of times if the coach decides to step outside of his role, then that's creating this opportunity for the kids to say things to the officials or to criticize, and then that opens up things in the stands for the parents and the other spectators who are a part of that team. So I think it starts at the top, and if that head coach can understand their role and what they're doing, I think it translates then into their players and especially the people that are supporting that team.